Right, guys, welcome back to Matrix Uploaded to Mathematical Literacy. What we're going to do in the second lesson now is we're going to work with formulae. In mathematical literacy, you work a lot with formulas. Okay, even Einstein worked with E equals mc squared. Formulas, and we want to calculate certain things. Now, the important thing is we got to use technology here. So in this section, let's look at an example. For example, the formula for converting degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. Okay. I've seen lots of maths exams where they ask the formula for converting degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, now the formula is given to you. They always give you the formula, and have a look here. Now what we want to do with this formula, there's degrees Celsius is equal to 5/9 degrees Fahrenheit minus 32. If you look at converting 100 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius, what we do is we replace the F with 100. And if we work this out in a calculator, we will be able to work out degrees Celsius. Remember, in certain countries of the world, South Africa, we use degrees Celsius. But if you go to America, they use degrees Fahrenheit in some other parts of the world. Okay, now let's go to a calculator quickly. Let's have a look here and let us work out. If we do the fraction button, we've got 5/9. Okay, into 100, that's 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Subtract the 32, which will give you then 340/9. You can go shift the ST button, which will give you the proper fraction, or we can just push ST and get the decimal. I like the decimal. That's the degrees Celsius. Now, if we have a look at the slide again, what do we have, guys? We've got 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and we've converted to degrees Celsius. Okay, wonderful with temperatures, very important and wonderful application specifically around the world when we talk of weather. Okay, second example, convert 30 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. There's the formula. And what do we know? We've got 30 degrees, okay, 30 degrees Celsius, and we want to know what is that in Fahrenheit. If you've got 30 degrees Celsius in South Africa, which is quite hot, what would be that equivalent in another country of the world where they work with degrees Fahrenheit? Okay, now, here we've got to be careful. What we've got is we go on, we've got that there. Now, what we knew, we want to get rid of the 5/9. So if we divide both sides by 5/9, what do we get? Well, let's check in the calculator. Let's go and have a look here. If you take a fraction over a fraction, there's a fraction. We've got 30 over. Now push the fraction button again. 5/9. Look at that. Now what does that come to? I think it's 54. Well, great. That was a nice number. So let's look back at the slide. What do we have? We've got 30 over 5/9, which comes to 54. Now, we've got a very simple equation. We can remove the brackets there. No problem. And if we remove the brackets, we can then bring that to the other side by adding 32 to both sides, and we get 86 degrees Celsius. Okay, which was 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Remember, it was 30 degrees Celsius in our country, but in another country that uses Fahrenheit, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. They love this sort of question. Okay, next example. The formula for the area of a circle is pi r squared. If the area is given as 55 squared centimeters, what would the radius of the circle be? Easy. We know the area is 55. And what do we know? Okay, we divide both sides by pi, giving us this. R squared is 55 over pi. Now, important, work with pi not as 3,14, that's rounded off, or as 22/7. People, pi is not, correctly speaking, 22/7. That's not quite correct. Let's use the one in the calculator. So here we go. Now, how do we deal with getting r? Okay, well, if you've got 55 over pi as r squared, we square root both sides. Very important, guys. Very important to square root both sides. Okay, so if we square root that, what do we do? So let's go to a calculator and see how this works. Okay, so I'm going to go square root, open the fraction button. It gives me 55 over shift pi. Very important. There's the pi at the bottom there. You're going to use it. You get whatever your calculator says. You're going to do that. And we get that out. Now, if we work it out, it comes to about, if we look at the calculator, 4,18 going on. So we can round it to 4,2. Okay. So very accurately, if you look at the slide, 4,18 going on. The calculator has given us the full reading, and we've got 4,2 if we round off. And there we go. They will tell you to round off, but don't worry too much about rounding. We're going to come to that in one of the lessons as we go along. Okay, example 3. This is a classic one. The formula for the volume of the North Gate Dome is given by the formula this. There's the formula for the dome. Remember, the 4/3 pi r cubed is the volume of the ball. But remember, the Northgate Dome is a half. They call it a hemisphere. They have lots of constants there, like the Black Eyed Peas. Now, what we can do is, if the radius is 50, we can plug in. Now remember, follow that through, very carefully follow through, and then if you use your calculator, it gives you this mess, and if you push SD, you get that thing. So watch out, just follow it through on the calculator, and there we go. And we have the full volume of the dome there. Okay, guys, don't go away. We're going to carry on with calculator work in mathematical literacy. Stay with us.